Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, welcome to Hot Atlanta. We are here bringing you the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series here on Monday nights. As always, only live on Knapp Daddy Racing. As always, my name is Hunter Foley. I'm up here with my broadcast partner, Jonathan Smith, and this is sure to be a doozy. We're excited. The comments are excited. Let's get this thing going. Before we do that, I want to give a huge and special shout out to the sponsors for this league. As said before, this is the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. Huge shout out to Sunbelt Rentals for being our series sponsor this year, making sure that these guys have something on the line to drive for, making sure that we can be up here in the booth, bringing this thing to each and every one of you all. If you have any sort of construction needs, whether that be residential, commercial, industrial, and you need some equipment to get it done, be sure you head over to your nearest Sunbelt Rentals. It will treat you with nothing but the absolute most professionalism and skill that is out there. We appreciate them. Thank you very much, Sunbelt Rentals, for being our series sponsor this year. And then, as you can see by the name on the YouTube channel, we are Knapp Daddy Racing, myself and John. We originally started out as an iRacing design shop, now expanding to be your one-stop shop for all of your iRacing needs. Whether you need a new paint scheme, you need a new template, you need a new logo, you need a new design, or if you just want a really cool shirt and hat, be sure to head over to knappdaddyracing.com. That's KNAPPDADDYRACING and get exactly what you need. Sorry, let's cough there. Kick it over to my broadcast partner, John, as we get this thing going in Atlanta. What are we going to expect here as we see these guys getting out here for qualifying?
And this is new Atlanta, not like the old Atlanta. They kind of did a remodel here, repave, changed some of the angles of the track. Kind of runs like a super speedway, but it's a mile and a half. Going to be a lot of drafting, a lot of people being conservative, staying in the line. But more than that, at the very end, I think there's going to be a lot of action, similar to a Daytona or a Talladega, and a battle at the end there. So just the whole thing's trying to keep it clean just until you get there.
And that's what we're going to be watching out for. We've seen some races where very caution heavy. We've seen other races where things have been a little bit more clean. So I'm excited to see what we are able to turn up here. Comment section already absolutely popping off. As always, the Frank fan club out here letting their voices be heard. Got Brian Gibbons with a couple of comments in here. Dread it, run from it. Marchese's cheering section arrives all the same. Says he wants to be like Frank when he gets older, and he's a 33-year-old man with wife and two kids. We've got Minnie in here saying that they saw Frank while in line at the bank. He was wearing 13 Rolexes and a chain made out of protein powder. So they asked how he had so much money. He said, watch this, grabbed the wheel and won. Tell you what, the Frank Marchese fan club might have some of the most creative cheers I've ever heard. But we also do have Shasta Jewel out there wishing everybody a good evening to you as well. Seeing these guys get underway here for their qualifying times. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Atlanta, especially with the new Atlanta, it's going to be fast. They are putting the hot in hot Atlanta tonight. It is, I think, 86 degrees out there tonight. So it is going to be slick, and it is going to be tough for these guys to keep it all on one line.
Yeah, I think you might start seeing some of that snap loose effect coming off of turn 2 here, especially with the track temp climbing up to a 121. So hotter track's going to be a little bit of a looser car. Going to burn those tires a little bit more too. The new Atlanta tire wear is not a huge deal, but with temperatures getting up this hot, it is going to cause some of the cars to get loose. I think during the run, you might even see some of the cars kind of tighten up a little bit throughout the curve, but who knows? We're going to see. I think these drivers are ready to do it. I'm having some trouble with the board over here overlaying on top of each other, but Ryan Moyer is going to be your pole winner tonight, followed by Christopher McCullough. Jamie Horne got that third place spot. I know his name is covered. That's going to be Wyatt McCombs. I believe this is his first race with us tonight in the fourth place spot in that 28 car.
Yes.
And then Kenneth McCullough Jr. I'm excited to see Kenneth McCullough Jr. I know we talked about this for the broadcast, but the McCulloughs, Christopher and Kenneth, ran really well at Daytona. And I think they could use that same strategy and work together and really get ahead here tonight as well.
100%. They work really well together, and they, by their own saying, that they do really well at draft tracks. They do really well at the high speeds. And so I'm expecting big things out of the McCulloughs tonight. We've got Dylan Canova out here for the first time in a couple of weeks in that 34 car for the RER guys. As always, those cars look fantastic. And as a iRacing design shop for one of the lanes of business that we do, firm believers in look good, drive good. And those RER guys are looking good out there.
Yeah, they always got that good looking cars. The set of four, I believe it's a 33, 34, 35, and 36, if I'm not mistaken. Some other guys I'm kind of looking forward tonight. Definitely Frank the Tank. Got to see him come out here and put on a show for all the fan club out here. I love the comments. Please keep them coming. I want to jump in myself, but I don't know if I should. We'll jump in later in the race. Yeah, we'll start throwing our own in there. But yeah, Brandon Trush also had a really good run last week. He was your biggest mover, moved all the way up to the front from the back. I think he finished P5 is what he came out with. But the drive that man had there at the end, especially just to get up to the front. But last week's winner is going to be Jamie Horne coming out for the first time and kind of pulling away there at Martinsville. You think he can do the same thing here?
I'd never doubt Jamie Horne. Jamie saves tires with the best of them. I know with New Atlanta, that's not going to be as big of a deal as it was at Old Atlanta, but Jamie's just such a smart driver. He's rocket fast, and I know he's going to be going up against some competition tonight. Didn't have the fastest car on in the qualifying, but he is going to be up there, and so definitely expecting a big performance out of him. And I mean, he was just dominant last week at Martinsville, hard track to get around, lots of cautions, lots of beating and banging. And Jamie Horne also, well, not only winning the race, lapped the majority of the field and also finished the race with 0 incident points, which, reminder for everyone out there, that is one of the things that you can get some bonus points here in the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series. If you finish the race with 0 incident points, you do get some extra points at the end. We also do have 2 stages here tonight where they will be traditional NASCAR stages where they will be coming down pit road, and you will get points for being in the lead at that point. I believe you actually also get points at some capacity for being in the top 10. You get points for winning the pole position as well. But definitely going to be an interesting one. I see the comments still rolling in. Nathan Hyde, Frank is the originator of the Italian submarine maneuver. He dips, he dives, he slides under and around all of the competition for the win. Got Nathan Fox saying hello, everyone. Go RER, go 35 Bontrager. I believe that is Kraig Bontrager's spotter out there in the comments. Shasta Jules saying let's go RER. Brian Gibbons on a scale of 1 to Frank Marchese. How much do you guys like Atlanta Motor Speedway? To be honest, I like Old Atlanta a lot better.
I love Atlanta. I just love Old Atlanta a lot better. I mean, I don't know. I have my own thoughts about what they've done to this new track and how they made it drive, and I get why they did it. But at the same time, the Old Atlanta was just so much fun. I mean, there was a lot of input that you had to put into the track, really protect, really how to drive it out of the corners well, and know how to dive into the corners. And not like that anymore, but it's definitely a racer's track now. I mean, there's a lot of good, close racing that happens here now, but while we're talking about points and everything, I want to throw up the current point standings on the board here. Leading off right now, we have Ryan Moyer with 1 win in first place. Jacob Hutnick in second behind him. Chris McCullough and Kenneth McCullough Jr. right behind them. Tied up for third and fourth place here. Aiden Wilson, Cody Bullock, George Jewell, James Fox the second, Greg McConey, and Jake Euler, who I do not think will be making it tonight, so he will fall out of the top 10. Some other guys looking to jump into that top 10 for the point series here. The top 12 will advance in the playoffs, and that will be the first cut. Then I'll go down to 8, and from there we'll race for a championship in a few races after that. But a lot of guys looking to fight their way in and get in tonight. It's a good place to do it. If you've had some struggles before, tonight's the night to shine.
Yep, it's going to be fast. It's going to be tight. You're basically racing Daytona speeds, but on a 1.5 mile track. So it is sure to be fun. And then shout out to Jake Euler as well. I believe I read in the Discord where he said he was taking the night off because it was his wife's birthday. So
happy birthday to the wife.
Good cause to miss the race here tonight, and happy birthday to Mrs. Euler. We also got some more comments in here. I did see one from Minnie saying that Frank is the only white boy in history to get it poppin'. Does Jack Harlow not have like an argument there? I feel like he does.
I love it. Keep it coming.
Like I said, that is a creative fan club, and I appreciate it. We got 17 people out there already in here watching. So first of all, thank you very, very much. That's what kind of keeps this thing going. We have our sponsors, but week in and week out, we have all of y'all out here joining us. Pretty much week after week here, we have set new records, not just for the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series, but for our own channel. So from myself and John, we are very, very thankful to everyone that tunes in, comments, likes, subscribes, the whole nine. And I know the drivers appreciate it as well. I know a lot of these guys love being able to go back and watch these streams, see not only just to see how they did, but also to see their friends and loved ones out there shouting them out. And it's just really cool, man. There's no other community that's really like the iRacing community, where you have such committed fans. So from every single one of these drivers out here on the track, and from myself and John, thank you all very much.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in, checking us out, helping us out. Helps the league out, helps us out. But we are starting to grid up here, so let's read off our grid that we have. If you would like to start.
I can handle that. I'll take the first 10, and then you can go from there. On your pole position here tonight, and your current league points leader, Ryan Moyer, qualifies first. And then right behind him, you have Christopher McCullough, only back by 0.03 of a second in qualifying, going to be in second place. Jamie Horne, your race winner last week in dominant fashion, going to be starting in third. Wyatt McCombs, newcomer to the league, in fourth. Kenneth McCullough Jr., teammate of Chris, in fifth. Greg McConey in sixth. Dylan Canova in seventh. Brandon Trush in eighth. Kraig Bontrager in ninth. Hoping to see a good performance out of Kraig here tonight. And we got Jacob Hutnick in 10th.
And then coming around in 11th place, James Fox, the second. And then 12th place, Frank the Tank, Frank Marchese here. 13th is going to be Simon Grills. 14th, Jay Fox. 15th is going to be Cody Bullock. 16th is going to be Garrett Fox. I might have said that backwards. 17th is George Jewell. 18th, Aiden Wilson. 19th is going to be Tyler Justice. And then showing in 20th and 21st is yours truly, John Smith and Hunter Pauley. We are not racing tonight. We were unable to hop in as a spectator, so it's showing us as a race. So, hey, we might get some points tonight.
We might get a few points tonight. That'd be pretty cool. Little extra something for the effort. But again, and we do have a kind of a self-policing safety system here in the Sunbelt Series. These people are calling EOLs on themselves, and they do review penalties at the end of the race. So Frank Marchese and Greg McConey and Simon Grills will be serving EOL penalties to start this race. But we are about to get this thing underway. Green flag here at Atlanta. Let's get it started. Lap 1 of 130 here tonight.
Jamie Horne's wasting no time getting in that second place position over there. Really trying to work his way up already. Get some good track position, stay up front, be up front. I think between him and Ryan Moyer, that's going to be a good battle tonight.
I think it's going to be super fun to watch. Like we talked about earlier, Jamie Horne, very, very fast, always at super speedways, and knows how to save his tires, knows how to plan for the end of the race. So I think Jamie's going to have a great run here. But then like we talked about earlier, and I'm actually going to go ahead and throw my name in the hat there. My pick for this race is going to be Christopher McCullough. It could go to either of the McCulloughs, really. I just went to Christopher because he started a little further back, if I'm going to be honest. But the McCullough is very, very fast at super speedways. I'm looking to see a big performance out of both of them tonight, but I'm going to put my money on Chris McCullough.
I think tonight I'm going to go with Jacob Hutnick sitting second place in the points. He's had some really good runs trying to close it in, get that win. And I think tonight might be the night for him.
I like it, but a lot of drivers that we are expecting big runs out of either way here tonight. Starting as they are serving that EOL penalty. To start the race, you got Frank Marchese and Greg McConey, teammates back there in 17th and 18th right now. In 17th and 18th right now, I do not expect them to end the race there, so looking to see a big performance out of them. Cody Bullock, one of the race admins, is in 14th right now, but expecting to see him move up. He always is able to turn it on as the race goes on. And then Brandon Trush and James Fox both have had really, really strong performances this year. So looking to see them finish toward the front as well.
Yeah, Brandon's been hot lately. I think he's got a car that can do it as well. Good looking car out there too. Always has some nice looking cars.
Got the cheering going on in the comments. Still 16 people out there. Thank you very much. Shasta Jewel saying, let's go RER team, but good luck to all. Shasta Jewel, classy as always in the chat. And Colin Bontrager out there saying, let's go Kraig, number 35. We are also hoping that Kraig has a good race, and we're not going to talk about it.
I also see Garrett Fox back there. He didn't race last race with us at Martinsville, but Garrett Fox knows how to drive it. He's a pretty fast guy. We saw him at Langley whip it around there, was able to make some ground, make some good speed out there. So he might have a shot here tonight as well.
100%. And I'm actually kind of like it. I'm looking back. So we have our main pack up there up front, which is going to be your first 16 drivers. Looks like not Tyler Justice. No, it is Jay Vaught, I believe. Maybe falling a little bit off pace there and slipping back just a little bit. But we do have that backpack right there of Frank Marchese, Greg McConey, and George Jewell. I think George might want to scooch up and get a little bit closer to Greg McConey there, but I don't hate that strategy there, just kind of sitting back and waiting for him to kind of come to you there.
Yeah, you know a caution is coming at some point. Cautions do not come at stage breaks at this in this series, but stage breaks tonight are going to be at lap 30 and at lap 60 tonight. Actually, I'm sorry, stage cautions do come at 30 and 60 too for this league.
Yeah, I was going to say, they do throw a caution.
I always get
it's
them
30
mixed
and the other league that we broadcast for does do stage breaks, but they don't do a automatic caution for it. But they do throw a caution here for that, and it is, you get points for the top 10, I believe, at the stage break. You get 10 points for being the lead at the end of the stage, going back down to 10 where you get 1. You can do the math on that. Kathleen Trush saying, go number 23, Trush.
See if I can pull up a track map here so we can kind of see just how far apart these drivers are from the first pack to the second pack. That's going to be Frank Marchese in the 84 car leading Greg McConey in the 83, George Jewell in that 35, that backpack. Not sure what happened, if they kind of got loose at the wall, fell back. Not sure, but they're going to have to work together pretty hard to catch back up to the pack.
Yeah, I know they were starting at the end of the pack because they were serving. George qualified back there, and then Frank and Greg are serving an EOL penalty from penalties last week, and so they're going to be trying to work their way back up to the front here. And like I said, I don't hate the strategy. You're just kind of sitting back there. You just got to make sure you don't really lose the pack. And if I'm George Jewell, I want to make sure I am right on the bumper there of Greg McConey, because that's just going to help him get and move forward.
Oh, Brandon Trush gets turned sideways into the wall.
Slows the pack down, but it's looking like everything's staying straight.
He hit the wall pretty hard there. Let's see if I can hop into his cockpit cam to see if he's got any damage to that steering wheel. He's in third gear right now. It looks like he's having some trouble there.
Yeah, he's not able to get up to speed. He's going to have to bring that thing down pit road. And they do have a fast repair here tonight. Basically, you get one try to go down pit road, and you can repair all of your car's damage in the normal time it would take you to do a pit stop. You would typically not want to use that early, We're only 12 laps into a 130 lap race, but you also have to take into account being able to work your way back up, and he is bringing that thing down pit road, so we will be waiting to see if he does use his fast repair there.
He's probably going to
But
have
as
to.
expected,
I'm looking at that right front, and it was not moving at all, just off the ground. Yeah, he's probably going to have to use it here.
yeah, that's going to be probably, I would estimate 5 minutes of repair.
He's going to get lapped there on pit road. Still very early in the race if he's got that fast repair, though.
And then we do have that backpack switching up just a little bit. Cody Bullock had to get pretty hard into the brakes to avoid Brandon Trush there. And we just heard over the radio Greg McConey, Frank Marchese, and Cody Bullock talking to one another. Frank saying, "You ready to go?" And Cody said, "Yeah, man, hit it." They are ready to get this thing moving forward.
Yeah, I don't think Simon Grills has too much damage. I'm looking there on that 13 car, fourth in the pack that we're showing here. So hopefully he's able to get behind in line and push. Sometimes when you get damage to that front end, it can cause the car to overheat in the draft a little bit earlier. It looks like he does have some front end damage, but we'll be checking in on that a little bit later to see how he's managing it. If anything, he'll just swap out to the back, let somebody else push him, or he gets pushed, or just has to catch some clean air at some point.
Exactly. And then, but as expected, going to the front of the pack here, though, look, 1 and 2, Christopher and Kenneth McCullough Jr. up there at the front, leading this thing right now. Got Ryan Moyer right behind them in third place, Jacob Hutnick in fourth, and Kraig Bontrager up there in fifth place, moved himself up 4 positions. Jacob Hutnick also up 6 positions. We got a lot of big movers here tonight. We got James Fox up to 6th from 11th. Got Garrett Fox 16th to 7th. One person we are seeing moving back a little bit right now, though, is Jamie Horne. Started in 3rd place, is now at the tail end of the first pack in 12th position.
Trying to see who that is coming off pit road. That's James Murrell. He did not start the race with everybody else, so he will be a few laps down. Trying to get some points out here tonight. Somebody that has moved up a lot, though, is Tyler Justice here and that 33 machine for RER. He's up 10 spots tonight, currently sitting in P9. Good looking car.
Yeah, those RER guys always have a really sweet looking machine. I know we talked about it earlier. I think I noticed Dylan's right before the start of the race, and those things look sweet. It's really cool. Again, as a design shop ourselves, big appreciators of the look good, race good, and those guys are always out here showing up and showing out. And then they've been moving really well as well. You got Kraig Bontrager from 9th to 5th. Got Tyler Justice up to 9th from 19th. And then Dylan Canova moved back a couple spots, but still right there in the running.
Going back here to the second pack. Frank Marchese still leading them along. Greg McConey behind them. Looks like Brandon Trush is back there on the track now behind them. Trying to see, that is Jay Vault in that 10 car, followed by George Jewell.
And something else I'm noticing here is that you do have almost like a little third pack back there, and that's going to be George Jewell and Simon Grills. And then having fallen back to the back of the lead lap right now is going to be Cody Bullock. I think I heard him come over the radio and say something about his left front there. I know him and Frank and Greg were trying to get that thing moving back up towards the front. Don't know if he maybe ran into a little issue, but he's going to be almost 6 seconds behind that third pack there.
Yeah, he might just have too much damage from that accident there, not able to catch up and keep up.
That could be what it is. That left front might be rubbing.
They are going to have a stage break soon, so he's hoping he just doesn't get lapped before then. That's got to hold on for 9 laps here.
He does have a little bit of a cushion on that as well. Even if he does go a lap down, he is still going to be the first car. A lap down, he's got Brandon Trush behind him, who is 2 laps down. And you got James Murrell, who was a little bit late to the party here tonight. It's going to be 16 laps down.
This front pack's kind of starting to separate the 2 packs itself here now.
They really are, and those Atlanta's kind of going to go one of two ways on you. It's either going to be just the start of Talladega nights, hot, dirty, nasty American speed, or you're going to start to see the guys almost start playing a chess match really, really early. You're figuring out who's fast, who you want to run with, who do you draft well with, and then see these guys start working their way up to the front, kind of biding their time. We're seeing that top lane look like it's starting to get a couple of takers up there.
Yeah, I'm watching Tyler Justice trying to get a line here. Needs some help up top. Bontrager looks like he's going to jump outside and try to pull him up.
I think Tyler Justice had Aiden Wilson there with him, and they were trying to get that top lane going.
Yeah,
Kraig did definitely jump out. He's waiting for somebody to come up there and get to him.
Yeah, hoping they can suck in right there and they can start getting a good push right here at the end of the stage.
It looks like they definitely can get up there to him. I saw James Fox there drift up the track a little bit, almost got into the side of Jacob Hutnick there, it looks like.
And believe it or not, there is some speed on that high side there at Atlanta.
Yeah, this is going to be very different from what we were seeing last week at Martinsville, where it's low side or nothing. If you want to run the high side, you can. That's fine. You're not going to pass anybody up there. And realistically, more often than not, they're going to kind of make a parade to get around you. But Atlanta, you can pretty much pick your line as long as you have the help.
Yeah, it looks like Bontrager just abandoned all hope there on the top line. Going to try to fall back in, suck into Ryan Moyer there in the third place spot. And he is catching him. He's pulling that line behind him with him.
One thing I am noticing here as well is it looks like that car on the bottom side, I think that might be Wyatt McCombs, is kind of going up into that middle lane when they are entering the turns. And I don't know if that's a strategy, if he's maybe trying to get a little side draft going, but it did look like he is kind of drifting up there just a little bit. I believe that's actually James Fox. He just got Wyatt McCombs behind him.
Yeah, it's a little hard coming out of these corners, unlike your Daytonas and stuff, to hold it coming out of the corners. Just depending on how much speed you're gaining, especially in the draft and getting around, but he might just be floating up on accident.
Yeah, lots of different strategies you're going to see people here kind of try to employ going through this thing.
Look at the side
Got Nathan
draft.
Fox. Got Nathan Fox in the comments saying Kraig did just pass up there, and I was actually looking at Kraig right there. Kraig is definitely looking fast, and we did see him make that pass on the high side just a minute ago there. As long as you have the help, or if you can get a good run going, the high side absolutely will work. It looks like Kraig might have gotten a little bit too high right there, though.
Yeah, he hit the wall a little bit. I saw him come around corner of turn one and trying to side draft Aiden Wilson in front of him. Somebody behind is just spun off. I believe that's Garrett Fox.
It looks like he got loose on entry right there.
We are coming to the end of the stage, though, here. Go ahead.
I was going to say, pretty much just that. We are coming to the end of the stage here. Interested to see if anyone's going to try to make a move. You got the McCulloughs up there working together as they always do. Ryan Moyer's trying to get a run going. Don't know that he has the help to do it.
Yeah, he's going to need a little bit more help than that to beat those two McCullough guys up there at front.
And they are coming around. Ryan Moyer got a run on Kenneth McCullough there. Is he going to be able to get it done? He is not.
What a run, though. He tried it.
He did give it a try. Christopher McCullough going to be your first stage winner here at the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ryan Moyer going to be in second place there. Kenneth McCullough Jr. third. Aiden Wilson fourth. Tyler Justice fifth. James Fox the second. Sixth. Jacob Hutnick seventh. Kraig Bontrager eighth. Dylan Canova ninth. And Jamie Horne 10th. Congratulations to all of them for your stage points. Got Rusty Rafferty out in the comments saying, let's go RER. RER guys are moving tonight, man. You got Tyler Justice up from 19th to 5th. Kraig Bontrager's still sitting right there in 8th, right there in the running. And Dylan Canova's still in there in top 10. You got 3 of your guys sitting there in the top 10.
Trying to see just how close that was, because that was really close there at the end, but the McCulloughs did pull that one out. There's that backpack coming around. It's like just about everybody but Brandon Trush is going to take it down pit road. Brandon pitted a little bit earlier with that caution, so he's still a little fresh.
Brandon's trying to get his lap back here.
Yeah, it looks like he will.
Got many in the comments. Second pack closed it up from 7 seconds to 3 seconds before the end of the stage. They were definitely putting on a lot of speed there, and you can see that those guys are right back there in the running. Frank Marchese, Greg McConey, Garrett Fox, Simon Grills. That's going to be your 13th through 16th drivers. And we're pretty much all on a fair playing field here. Everyone's going to be getting tires. Everyone's going to be filling it up. It's going to be right back to racing. Excited to see who's going to be able to make the moves here going into this second stage. Looks like Brandon is going to go ahead and bring it down pit road. I think he just wanted to maybe try to get that extra lap back.
Yeah, he has to. I forgot he has to take his lucky dog lap before he pits there. So another interesting thing about the new Atlanta is that you have to enter the pits from turn 3 at this track.
That is pretty interesting. I don't think too many other tracks do that.
So no more diving down the front stretch there and locking it up. But again, not my favorite change, but it is what it is. George Jule's going to be your new race leader, up 16 spots in first place.
I had not gotten that update yet, so. There it went.
And I believe that 27 car is going to be James Murrell, who is going to drop back to the back behind everybody. 16 laps down. I'm still showing Brandon a lap down, unless he was 2 laps down. That's right, he was 2 laps down. Okay. My apologies.
And so our next stage break is going to be at the end of lap 70, going into lap 71. As John just said, your new race leader here, George Jewell in the 36 machine, worked his way up from 17th position. Don't believe he came down pit road there, so it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches that. Got Ryan Moyer in second place, going to be starting on the high side. Aiden Wilson in third. Kenneth McCullough Jr. 4. Tyler Justice 5. Jacob Hutnick 6. James Fox the second and 7th. Wyatt McCombs in 8th. Kraig Bontrager in 9th. And Frank Marchese right back in the run-in 10th place.
Yep, I'm scrolling through here. It looks like everybody pitted up there except for George Jewell.
So he has not pitted at all this race so far.
He is not. He will be on 33 lap tires coming out in this green flag here. But I have seen strategies that I thought were weird pay off in consecutive weeks. So we're going to see here as we go back green.
And looks like the 33 lap tires don't mean hill of anything to George Jewell. He just took off.
I remember at Homestead we were talking about a guy who didn't pit one of these races and ended up winning the whole thing. But it looks like George Jewell is going to drop down, let the pack through. He might be hitting the pit.
He is pitting. He called it over the radio.
I don't know if he hit that commitment line.
We will see here in just a second, but that is going to give you a new race leader. That is going to be the 59 of Ryan Moyer, but Kenneth McCullough Jr. with a push from the 77 of Jacob Hutnick is right there and going to take the lead.
Yeah, so I don't know how the scrutiny will work here, but a lot of tracks have a commitment zone, that orange box you see there at pit road, that you have to have all 4 tires on the inside to enter pit road. And if not, it is a black flag. And it's actually a drive-through black flag, too, so.
Yep. Huge run on the low side there. Jacob Hutnick, Wyatt McCombs, Ryan Moyer, and then Kenneth McCullough was at the back of that there, right behind Aiden Wilson. He's trying to get that top lane started. He's hoping that the 58 of James Fox will go with him.
These two groups starting to separate out just a little bit now. Aiden Wilson on the low side here behind. Kenneth McCullough Jr. on the high side, trying to get around. Hoping that his teammate comes back up. Chris McCullough in that 4 car. Currently sitting behind Garrett Fox in 85. Cody Bullock back up there with him, though.
Yeah, I think he was definitely dealing with some damage. I don't know if that was something that he would have had to use a fast repair on or what the deal was, but he's right back up there with him. Jacob Hutnick, Wyatt McCombs, and Ryan Moyer have a run. Those guys are working together super, super well, and they are pulling out in front. So they've almost put about a 0.6 of a second gap between them and 4th place, and it's growing.
Yeah, if they just stay in line and work well together, they could kind of pull it out. It is tough to separate like that at this track, especially with just 3 cars, but it's definitely possible.
Just saw the 13 of Simon Grills there shoot the gap. He went right between Brandon Trush and George Jewell there.
Trying to find.
See the 35. Oh, go ahead.
I was actually pulling him up right now. Kraig Bontrager and Greg McConey working pretty well together, trying to push up to the front on that low side. I know Greg was working with Frank Marchese a little bit earlier. They've caught up with the pack. It looks like Greg's going to go to the high side, follow Cody Bullock, and then back to the low side now, trying to find a lane to go through.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like Kraig might have gotten a little bit loose right there. Drifted up a little bit into the middle lane, but he is looking fast and working his way up to the front. He's kind of right there in between the teammates right now. Greg and Frank are teammates. And we saw them kind of fight their way back as you were discussing earlier.
That might be what Greg's trying to do, is trying to catch up, get in front of Kraig Bontrager, and get to his teammate here.
Well, he was looking to the high side there, but he had Cody Bullock up there as well. And I believe that's James Fox in front of him. Cody drops down to the low side now, and he's going to be right on the bumper.
Speaking of teammates, I'm watching Dylan Canova drop back a little bit too. He's kind of back here in this 3rd pack. I know Brandon Trush did use his fast repair earlier. So looking for a little bit of help from James Murrell behind him to catch back up. James Murrell is in the top 10 of points right now. So points matter for this guy.
They definitely do. And I did just hear Dylan come over the radio. Him and Trush were talking. They're trying to figure out how they're going to get in line so they can be working their way back up to the front. Them being side by side, there's not doing anybody any good.
Yeah, that's only hurting them there. So at least they fall back in line now and try to catch up here. They're trying to chase Jay Vault and Jamie Horne back here, who are in the back of this front pack. Jamie's dropped back 12 spots tonight.
He is kind of sliding back a little bit right now. Maybe he could just be biding his time. Don't really know what his strategy is. He hadn't lost the pack or anything at any point tonight, but is definitely kind of riding back there a little bit towards the back. Update for everyone at home as well. Don't know what the cause or what the issue was, but
Cody
we do
Bullock.
have George Jewell.
I'm sorry, that's not Cody Bullock. That's Jacob Hutnick. I think he got bumped in the back and got pushed down to the bottom of the track. He's able to save it. I'm sorry to interrupt there. I thought he was spinning.
Looks like he's got it back under control now, but he's got to get it back going. Looks like the 83 of Greg McConey had to slow down, and he's got the 10 of Jay Vaught down there as well. What I was going to say before was it looks like George Jewell, who we did see lead that lap, we were wondering about what his pit strategy might be, is now 8 laps down and is actually called himself out of the race.
I wonder what happened there. I don't remember him being involved in anything.
No, that almost makes me think internet issue.
Yeah.
See him lined up at the front. Ryan Moyer at the head of the train there. You got Aiden Wilson right behind him. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in that 3 machine. Seems like he's just sitting there waiting for his opportunity. And then you got Wyatt McCombs right behind him. So you got your, I believe that's your top 5. You'll be all in one line, and then everyone else behind him fighting for it. That 84 of Frank Marchese working his way back up towards the front. He's looking to make a move on the 33 of Tyler Justice, and you got Cody Bullock down there on the bottom side. Just hurt.
Alright, sorry, just had a little comedy fest there in the background, but just noticed the back end of somebody's car in this race, and I couldn't stop laughing, so I'm trying to pull it together. Good old paint schemes, we love it. Love a good custom paint scheme.
We are seeing, and I'm hearing over the radio, got Jacob Hutnick, J-Vaught all the way to the bottom of the track there. I think he might have just been trying. I just heard him come over the radio. He said he got loose. They were over the radio. Jacob, Jay, and Greg McConey there were trying to figure out who was going to take the front of the pack. If they needed to drop out front, but make sure that the engine didn't blow up while they're trying to work their way back up. And Jay just almost flew off the track. I think he just got a little bit loose there, but I am able to hear the drivers' radios. I believe we talked about this in a few previous races. To protect our ability to keep streaming on YouTube. Again, these guys are all competitive. They're all here trying to win. We're all adults here. They get frustrated. Sometimes they say some words that YouTube doesn't love so much. So I get to kind of serve as your anger translator as opposed to just blaring that out for everybody to hear.
Yeah, I did that last week. I decided to let the radio fly during a charity race just to see, because I was broadcasting by myself, and it took about 15 seconds for me to realize it was a bad idea. Cut it right back off.
We here at Knapp Daddy Racing do not want to be the reason why your son, daughter, niece, nephew, whatever, learns some fun new words.
That was... Bontrager came up just a little bit on Christopher McCullough in that 3 car, or Kenneth McCullough in that 3 car. Got him a little loose. They're all able to keep it together. I believe I saw Garrett Fox on the low side of the track.
Yeah, Garrett Fox had to drop all the way to the bottom there. Leader's still going to be exactly the same. Still going to be Ryan Moyer, Aiden Wilson, Wyatt McCombs, Tyler Justice, and Cody Bullock. That's going to be a little bit of a shuffle there in your top 5. The McCullough is going to be working together right behind them in 6th and 7th. And you've got Kraig Bontrager. And I believe that's going to be Frank Marchese right behind him. The 3 car, loose. Not sure what happened there, but the 3 car got really loose. And that is going to send him all the way back, and he's got that second pack coming up on him now.
I just got a bump from the teammate in the tri-oval there, sent him to the bottom.
That's super unexpected. Normally you see the McCulloughs working together super well. Just a little bit of a bump in the wrong place there. Rusty Rafferty in the comments saying Kraig was close to yet another unlucky dog award there. That was a close call for sure.
And I really like Aiden Wilson, what he's been doing over the past few weeks. He's been consistently coming out here and just being very consistently consistent. Is the best way to put it. He's always at the front, always driving very well. A very clean driver.
Just coming out there and giving him a show. We got Wyatt McCombs out there as well. I know we talked about him more toward the beginning of the race. Been in the league since its inception, but this is his first race that he's actually been able to be involved with. And cool car he's got there. I think he's got the Nothing Fancy Co. on the side. He's actually sponsored by Nothing Fancy. I am jealous.
What a cut back here to the second pack here. You got Kraig Bontrager leading it off. Frank Marchese right behind him in 7th. So they're trying to make a run to catch up here as the stage will come to an end at lap 60.
I think it's 70.
70?
I think so.
Let me check my notes from Cody tonight. 30-60 is what Cody has got here, for us at least.
Well, I'll go ahead and go stick my foot in my mouth. Be right back. But we did have Minnie in the comments saying the Italian Stallion is up to 7th. He is right there behind that 35 machine of Kraig Bontrager. Then you got 58 of James Fox and Christopher McCullough right behind them. McCullough without his usual teammate Kenneth, as he has fallen back to the back of the pack. But then he's got Jamie Horne right behind him. And then Simon Grill's going to be the last car of that second pack.
But yeah, everybody went high there. I don't know if they all just kind of overdrove that there or what happened, but that's going to allow Marchese to move up. And he's got Christopher McCullough right behind him, which is exactly what you want to have. That guy knows how to push somebody to the front.
Yeah, the 35 and the 58 need to be careful here because they've got 3 cars that are very, very fast on the low side there. Marchese obviously moving his way back up toward the front and starting at the back. James Fox up there on the high side needs to be more on that bumper of Bontrager so they can get a run because that 84 car is fast. We've seen how fast Christopher McCullough can be here. And then Jamie Horne's pulling in right there as well. And so they might be able to make one big parade around the 35 and the 58.
This front line still kind of single file, but now they jump out. Tyler Justice, Aiden Wilson going to the high side. Aiden Wilson trying to make a pass for a lead here.
I'm assuming it's because you were probably correct. He's got the run.
Wow. What a move by Aiden Wilson. Puts the side draft on coming out of turn 4. Slows down Ryan Moyer just enough. Had a big help from Tyler Justice. I think Aiden Wilson owes him a box of chocolates for that stage win.
Aiden Wilson, Tyler Justice stuff right there on the bumper. Aiden Wilson made sure that he was able to get that run. Aiden was already fast right there. He just needed that extra little push from the 33, and he got it. It's going to make your stage 2 winner because I'm a dum-dum and thought it was 70. It was 60. Aiden Wilson going to be bringing home the second stage win here. Ryan Moyer going to be in second place. Did a great job that stage. Led most of the laps there. Tyler Justice in third place. Gave that big push to Aiden Wilson to help him get that win. I think that Tyler Justice might need a tab opened by Aiden after that one. Got Wyatt McCombs in 4th. Cody Bullock 5th. Frank Marchese 6th. Christopher McCullough 7th. Jamie Horne in 8th. Kraig Bontrager in 9th. And James Fox the 2nd. Congratulations to all of them for getting extra points for this second stage.
Yeah, we're looking back now here at the end of that stage as Aiden Wilson jumps to the outside. Tyler Justice jumps in right behind him. Aiden doesn't really have the run he wants on that high side. I mean, Ryan Moyer definitely is going to beat him out here all day, every day. However, Aiden comes down just a little bit, gets that side draft on just enough, and that's going to slow Ryan Moyer down. I thought Tyler Justice gave a little bit more push than that there, but I mean, that's Aiden just putting some skills out there. So congrats to him on that. Good pickup there.
I feel like I just heard someone come over the radio and say that they might have entered a closed pit.
The only person I have on pit lane looks like Frank Marchese, maybe? No?
They're all coming down now, but
I'm just looking at what my tabs up here are showing. Sometimes it freaks out a little bit. So not Frank. I don't know why I was
I
only
do hear
showing
him
him
over
going
the
up.
I do hear him over the radio right now talking about how they hate Atlanta Pit Road, and I don't feel like they're probably by themselves in that sentiment.
It definitely takes the fun out of it.
You are currently also only going to have one car that is a lap down. That's going to be James Muriel, who's going to be 17 laps down. George Jules, 27 laps down, but he is currently out of the race. So your first car on the lead lap is going to be Brandon Trush getting his lap back finally after losing it right there at the beginning. It's going to be in 18th place, but do not doubt his ability to work his way back up to the front there.
Yeah, looking over these pit stop times. I believe this actually might be from before. Actually, no, this is current. Looks like McCullough had to fix a little bit of damage there.
Believe so there. We do also have a comment from Forge Val. Baseball update, Braves just tied it to in the bottom of the 8th. I love a good baseball update, and I love the Braves, so thank you, Forge Val, for that.
Oh, I love it too. They're on the up and up. So it looks like
I
Brandon
may
Trush.
or...
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to... I was going to say I may or may not have tried to use some of my currency to receive more currency using an application that is legal in my state to do so on the Braves game, and needed someone to score a run in the first inning, and they didn't. So, womp womp.
So James Muriel, the only one lap down now. He's 16 laps down. George Jewell is out tonight. Brandon Trush back on the lead lap. Definitely got a good shot.
Yeah, so like, did Tyler Justice bring it down pit road?
Good question. Tyler Justice did bring it down pit road there.
Tyler Justice going to be your new race leader here as we start the final stage of this race. Going to run it till lap 130 at this point. Aiden Wilson going to be in second place. Ryan Moyer third. Kraig Bontrager fourth. Chris McCullough in fifth. Frank Marchese 6. White McComb 7. Cody Bullock 8. Jamie Horne 9. And Simon Grills 10. And that is going to be your top 10 as we get this thing ready to get back going green. Forge Val said, I remember, talked about it last week. Bases loaded now. I appreciate you, and I know John really appreciates you.
I really do.
His internet can get kind of funny if he's trying to broadcast a race and stream the game at the same time. So he was watching the game before we got started and had to turn it off just so we could be here with all of you guys.
But we're here. We're going green. Tyler Justice on the inside leading this thing off.
Definitely not as big of a jump for Tyler Justice as we've seen some of the other drivers get here tonight. The 60 of Aiden Wilson did get a great jump on that, but they are stacked up down there at the bottom. He's going to need some help if he's going to want to be able to move this thing forward. He's hoping Kraig Bontrager gets there and fast.
You want me to go ahead and jinx all this?
Yeah, go ahead.
We haven't had a single caution tonight.
It's true.
Wreck caution, I should say.
Yeah, just the stage cautions.
I'm just stating the facts. You can believe
the people. The people need to know them. Look at the push that Ryan Moyer is giving Tyler Justice here. I mean, he is right on that bumper. I'm actually kind of impressed with Aiden Wilson's car there as well. Look at the move by Ryan Moyer.
The man's out here to do some driving.
Oh, he had zero room for error on that move, and he nailed it. Looks like the 4 of Christopher McCullough might be looking to get going on that high side as well. He needs Bontrager to link up there. Doesn't have the help. Looks like Bontrager might have gotten a little loose, and he is sliding back. Oh, big wreck.
I'm trying to get back to it. James Fox, I see involved there. My ticker over here did not update me who it was when it happened. So we'll try to go back and search and see what was going on. Oh. James Fox, it's like he just got really loose coming there. I did just get an update that showed that Frank Marchese got some damage. Oh, looks like he slid it in too hard and hit the wall.
I don't know if his internet just went out. I don't know if his internet just went out or if he money shifted. But
we're gonna ride along with him just to see what happened here.
we need to go back and see what was the original caution as well. I do see where Simon Grills was given the EOL penalty for that caution.
I believe his internet went out the way that looked.
And see, I heard him come over the radio and say, "Oh no." So I don't know if his internet lasted long enough. I don't know exactly what happened there, but let's go back and see what caused that original caution. I saw where Simon Grills was given the EOL there. Minnie in the comments casting curse. It was the no cautions yet comment for sure. Yeah, man, it's...
Oh no. I just saw what happened here as well. This is the unlucky dog of the night right here. I want to get a better view over top of what's going on here so you guys can see it. We're watching Dylan Canova in that 34 car, James Fox in front of him, and Simon Grills just pops up on the track. Looks like some internet issues. It's like James Fox has to check up there. That's unlucky for both of those drivers tonight. Did everybody's internet just like mess up?
That's an insane amount of internet issues. I mean, that's crazy netcode, but that's going to be trouble for the 13, for the 58, for the 27, 34 might have a little damage there as well. But yeah, 13 going to be taking the EOL there. I'm sure some of those guys are going to be using their fast repair there. I don't believe most of those guys would have had to use it. And I did see where Frank Marchese, his connection did drop due to upload packet loss. So essentially his internet went out. I did see where he tried to rejoin the session. Don't know if he's going to be able to get it back in here, but we will see.
I mean, hopefully he can. Unfortunately, there's no more stage cautions, but if there is another caution, he will be able to get some laps back.
But it is going to be a little bit of a shuffle here. And the leaders got Ryan Moyer going to be leading this thing now as we come off of this caution. Aiden Wilson in second. Tyler Justice third. Wyatt McCombs fourth. And Cody Bullock fifth.
Big old jump.
Back to green flag racing. Big jump out of Ryan Moyer. And Aiden Wilson pulling right back in. Huge run out of that 4 machine there as we come into that straightaway of Christopher McCullough. Got right up to the bumper of Cody Bullock there. Had Minnie and Nathan Fox in the comments. Minnie saying looks like Frankie's internet crashed for sure. And Nathan Fox saying, yeah, major blink issues. That's one of the worst netcode blinks I think I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just terrifying because the guy in front of you just goes out. You don't know how far you can push up or if he's checking up or what's going on. I mean, he just pops up in front of you. And it's not like Simon Grills is doing that on purpose or anything, so it's nothing he can do about it. It's just an unfortunate situation.
Exactly. The 60 of 59 of Ryan Moyer and Aiden Wilson looked like they were doing a pretty good job, but then a huge push from Christopher McCullough. He's got Cody Bullock on the front of that train, and he is pushing him all the way to the front.
Cody Bullock might be your new race leader here, and that's a nice looking car if I must say so myself. Oh, looks like Chris McCullough's going to look on the inside, try to take it away.
John, if you want a car that looks like Cody Bullock's, where can you go?
You can go to knappdaddyracing.com, www.knappdaddyracing.com.
There we go.
Get one that looks like Cody Bullock's there, that number 8 machine.
I love the mat with the chrome numbers. That's just good stuff. I saw, I think it was Dylan Canova's car has like kind of the mat with the gloss, and it's just, that's such a good look.
I just saw Tyler Justice fall back just a little bit there to the front bumper. Greg McConey. McConey's going to give him a good push. Brandon Trush behind him here.
Oh, and the slide job by Cody Bullock to keep Christopher McCullough from taking the lead. Your new race leader, Cody Bullock. If I'm Cody, though, I got to realize I got to start making some new friends here. You got Christopher McCullough up there, and he pushed you all the way up to the front, but that 3 machine of Kenneth McCullough is in 5th on the high side, and you just know that they're on the radio right now trying to figure out how they're going to link up.
I believe Garrett Fox and Cody Bullock are in a Discord chat together. So maybe talking out some strategy there.
Yeah, this is where, as we're on lap 78 here of 130, this is where you got to start figuring out who your friends are. Who's going to give you that run at the end when you need it. And there we see it starting to happen. The 3 machine there giving a huge push to Garrett Fox. Garrett Fox going down, getting there with Cody Bullock. Haven't talked about him in a while, but right back up to the front. The 98 machine of Jamie Horne. Now right there behind the 3 of Kenneth McCullough.
Yeah, just waiting, being conservative, keeping it clean. Trying to see how everybody else is going to race it and size them up. Now you got to make your move here.
This is a dangerous top 4 right here. Kenneth McCullough, Jamie Horne, Garrett Fox, Cody Bullock.
Cody Bullock has explosive speed. Oh, he's turning Garrett
Oh,
Fox
he's around,
there.
he's around.
That's Aiden Wilson into the wall. Simon Grills back there. Driving backwards. Don't know if Jacob Hutton got involved in that.
Wonder if Cody Bullock's going to have any damage from that as well.
Does not look like it. Thing about that chrome finish is that it will show damage pretty well. I don't see anything up there. But it looked like it's just a bad bump.
Super curious to see.
Yeah, just a bad bump in the tri-oval. Got him turned around.
We saw that happen earlier with the McCulloughs. And again, that's coming from 2 teammates that we've seen.
Not even in the tri-oval yet. They were in turn 4 coming out. Just got into him a little bit. Got him turned around. It's going to get into Aiden Wilson. Put him into the wall there.
What a dodge by the 4 machine there. Good God.
Yeah, it looks like this guy's just split and everybody else is able to drive through.
That is unfortunate there to see that happen. And like I was saying, again, we saw it earlier too. It's just so easy to get someone a little bit sideways here. Kenneth McCullough and Christopher McCullough work together so well. They race together all the time. And we saw Chris give Kenneth a little bit of a bad bump earlier on, and it sent him back to the back of the pack. Obviously, that doesn't matter now because you see Kenneth's in 5th and Chris is in 7th. So they've obviously been able to fight their way back up, but...
Yeah, we just jumped into the cockpit with Christopher McCullough there. What a move.
That is going to shuffle this race up a little bit. I know there's some people that are having to deal with getting some repairs. I believe Aiden Wilson's still down on pit road getting repairs. For anyone that's watching that Braves game as well, I saw a few seconds ago where the Cardinals hit a double in the top of the 9th to make it 7-4, and then Wilson Contreras just hit a 2-run home run. Cardinals now only down by 1 run.
Who's pitching?
I don't know, and I probably don't want to.
I think I have an idea. That's a little scary to me, but we ride.
But we ride. Back to the race. We have a new race leader for the first time tonight. It is going to be Jamie Horne, going to be starting down there on that low side. Cody Bullock is going to be in 2nd. Jay Vaught, saw him back at the back of the pack earlier on in this race, fought his way back up. He's going to be in 3rd place. Brandon Trush in 4th. Greg McConey in 5th. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in 6th. Ryan Moyer 7. Wyatt McCombs 8. Jacob Hutnick 9. And Tyler Justice 10. John, can you tell me if anyone pitted there?
Showing Aiden Wilson, James Murrell, Garrett Fox. Like Simon Grills. This is a little bit earlier. Nope, Simon Grills, Kraig Bontrager. Let's see if we can pull this up here as well.
Bontrager pitted this time?
Believe so, unless that was an old update. Yes.
Interesting.
Dylan Canova, Tyler Justice, Jacob Hutnick.
Well, none of them will have to pit anymore for sure. We are green flag racing. Great jump out of Jamie Horne there, but Cody Bullock looks like he read it well. Good jump out of Jay Vaught as well. No, Jay Vaught and Cody Bullock are going to be teammates, so they're going to be up there trying to get after Jamie Horne. Jamie's got to figure out where he's going to go to make sure that he still has some support up there. Saw Jay get a little bit loose there. Heard Greg McConey come over there on the radio. I think it might have been a little bit of a close call. Jamie Horne doing a great job here. Big run on the low side from Kenneth McCullough. Jamie reads that correctly and gets right in front of him. Smart racing right there.
Cody jumps back down. He's going to take that 4th place spot. Wyatt McCombs, haven't really talked about him a lot tonight. Up in 3rd place in that 28 car there.
59 of Ryan Moyer looks like he just got a little bit loose there. Ran it all the way up to the wall. He's got it back under control now. Wyatt McCombs giving that 03 of Kenneth McCullough a huge push. Cody Bullock going to be able to follow it. They're going to do exactly what just happened to Jamie Horne just a few minutes ago. Now Jamie Horne's going to get shuffled back to 5th.
Tyler Justice
3 wide in the backstretch.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher McCullough thought better of it. Dives in behind Moyer, giving him a really good push back there too.
Jacob Hutnick in that 77 just squeaked through that 3 wide right there.
Looking here at Brandon Trush, man, this guy every week just, I don't know, like he just kind of flies under the radar. He kind of ends up in the back for a second and then just drives it back up to the front. Now back at 7th place after being 2 laps down this race.
Yeah, he's got a rocket ship, man, and he's keep fighting his way back up there, and he's linked up with a fast car. Greg McConey looked fast all night. If the 23 and Greg McConey there and can get it up into the back of Jamie Horne, that could be a dangerous trio to look out for as this race kind of comes to an end here.
Oh yeah, especially with Tyler Justice and Ryan Moyer looking at the high side with him. Tyler Justice up 11 spots tonight.
I say if I'm Jamie Horne here, and he may have a different strategy, but it's looking like Greg might want to look high. If I'm Jamie Horne, I'm going to sneak my nose out there, see if maybe they want to go. So you also have the 04 machine of Christopher McCullough and Ryan Moyer with a head of steam up there on the high side.
Look at the run.
The rewind.
They pull right back up to the teammate of Kenneth McCullough here. 3 wide. Wyatt McCombs in the middle.
Wyatt McCombs in the middle, left out to dry. I mean, that's great driving there to keep everybody straight. Jamie Horne on the bottom side giving a huge push to Cody Bullock. Top side, you got Ryan Moyer and Christopher McCullough. I'm sorry, that's Kenneth McCullough up there. My fault. I mean, that is just great racing right there. Ryan Moyer diving down to that bottom side. He's going to get on the nose of Jamie Horne. Cody Bullock looking for a way to get his way forward.
There's some good racing going on, man. Oh,
look at this.
Hits him with the door just a little bit. Gives him a little bit more to let him know he's there. He's going to stick to that low side.
He is. And it's looking like the 59 of Ryan Moyer is dead set on staying on that bumper of Kenneth McCullough up there in the front. Kenneth looking so fast right now. Saw him putting distance on people even while he didn't have the draft.
Could also be a strat here, too, to try to keep Kenneth and Christopher separated. Those two guys work really, really well together at these Speedway-style tracks that have a lot of drafts. So if I'm Ryan Moyer, I'm keeping those guys away from each other. Kind of what he's doing there, holding a block.
That's the strategy. You're going to have to work a little bit harder because... Oh, no!
Both of them.
Bad bump! Bad bump! I believe that's the third time we've seen that tonight.
I think Moyer's car might be done there. No caution is out. Green flag racing. Simon Grills avoids him on the top side.
We have only seen 3 cautions here tonight, and every single one of them has been the result of just a bad time bump. It's just racing. I'm not saying that as a way to throw shade at anybody. It happens, especially here in Atlanta.
And a caution has came out. We do have race control tonight that is not racing, that is throwing all the cautions. Don't know where that caution is coming from.
Looks like Ryan Moyer got stuck on the track. Ryan Moyer's car might be busted. I don't know that he's going to be able to get it back to pit road. Did hear Chris McCullough come over the radio and apologize to Ryan Moyer for that one. Looks like most of these drivers going to be coming down pit road here. Except for, look who is out on the track. Frank Marchese.
I see your comment section.
Rusty, I do see your comment here. That's not what I heard over the radio. And that's all I will say about that.
What did you hear?
So I guess iRacing threw the caution. That was not a race control thrown caution. Ryan Moyer said that he didn't think the caution was him because he was down on the apron going basically, almost at a stop. And I guess iRacing saw then this was a race admin that was saying this, that it automatically threw the caution. But Ryan did not think he was the caution there. Either way, it is going to throw a little bit of a shuffle in this mix. Ryan Moyer does not have a fast repair. When he's down on pit road, is going to be 3 laps down. Frank Marchese back out on the track. He's going to be in 18th position, 4 laps down. Last car on the lead lap is going to be James Fox II, who's going to be in 16th position. And in terms of your lead pack here, it is going to be Kenneth McCullough Jr. leading it off, Greg McConey in second, Aiden Wilson in third. Good to see him back up there. Tyler Justice in fourth. Kraig Bontrager fought his way through some trouble tonight, up in fifth. Cody Bullock in sixth. Dylan Canova in seventh. Jay Vaught in eighth. Brandon Trush 9. And Wyatt McCombs 10. Looks like Jamie Horne did decide to bring it down pit road there at the last second. And he's going to be restarting in 11th.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it here. He doesn't stop, and I get it. Like, he doesn't think the caution's going to come out, but I don't really understand the strategy. I think the tow repair or the tow penalty is about 2 minutes to tow back to pit lane, but I don't know if he would have made it back around before 2 minutes to pit road with the way that car was moving.
Green flag racing. It's like a great jump out of Kenneth McCullough, but a checkup there on the low side. He's not going to have a lot of help down there.
I'm sorry, I was watching the replay still just to see kind of. I was very confused myself about what was going on.
It's going to be Greg McConey up there with a huge push from Tyler Justice, and he's going to be taking the lead now. Big run out of them. Cody Bullock had a big run on the high side, but he kind of needed that help there. So his help might have gotten stuck up against the wall a little bit.
Greg McConey out here leading this race right now, followed by Tyler Justice, up 17 spots.
And they are starting to shuffle for position now. Greg McConey, Tyler Justice, and Cody Bullock just one on each other's bumper right after the other. Kenneth McCullough Jr. looking like he's got a head full of steam, trying to get him behind them. And you got Aiden Wilson, who's been so fast here tonight, looking for his spot.
Yeah, Wyatt McCombs on the high side of Kraig Bontrager there. His teammate Dylan Canova right behind him in that 34 car. Trying to make a good push on the bottom side here. Catch up to Cody Bullock. You know Cody's fast. I was trying to say it earlier for the caution came out, but Cody's got explosive speed. We saw it at Vegas where he pretty much just drove through the pack. Knows when to turn it on, so that's a good guy to be around, especially as it comes down to these final laps. Oh, Jamie Horne gets hit.
Yellow flag is out. I heard Greg McConey come over the radio. Heard the 84 of Frank Marchese apologizing to the 10 of Jay Vaught. I think Jamie Horne might be the unlucky winner here of some trouble.
I hate it for Jamie. I think Jay might have just lost steering there and trying to slow it down as much as he could. Hits the wall again and comes back down on top of him. Looks like he's going to take his fast repair here. Get it back out there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see. I don't know if he lost steering or maybe just didn't see that he was clear on the low side, but he was just trying to work his way back in. Not a huge hit out of Frank Marchese there, but definitely enough to get him loose. And we saw him get up there into the wall, and we've talked about it before. Once you get up into the wall in these cars, it's just tough to get them back off.
Yeah, it looks like Jay Vault's trying to stay on that high side to avoid everybody. Ended up hitting the wall again incidentally, and that bounced him down into Jamie Horne.
Yep. And with that update, we do have, well, with that, we do have some more unfortunate updates there. It looks like Ryan Moyer, who ran so well and so fast here tonight, has disconnected, as well as Jamie Horne. I would have thought that Jamie had a fast repair still, but he might have had to use it that last time out from the bumps during the last green flag run. Unfortunate to see for both Jamie and Ryan, both two fast cars.
Yeah, going back to that caution with Ryan Moyer, I get what he's saying. Personally, I think I know my thoughts don't matter up here in the booth, but I think towing would have been a little bit faster for that, but I get what he's saying. He was trying to keep it moving so a caution didn't come out. I didn't think that would throw a caution either, but
yeah, I was going to say, I think it's kind of a mix of what we were hearing from the comment section and our own kind of confusion there. There's zero part of me there that thinks that he was stopping intentionally to get a caution thrown.
yeah.
I just don't necessarily think it was the best idea.
Yeah, initially I did think that he stopped intentionally to throw a caution, so I apologize. That is a mistake on me. I don't think he was trying to do that now after reviewing it, but who am I to argue with the Ryan Moyer, who has a 5,900 I rating? That guy knows how to drive, and he's proven that.
That guy knows how to drive. Keeping in mind, 5,900 in I rating is, you're probably 400 or 500 in I rating behind people that do this every weekend. For real.
For a lot of money.
Yep. What is I wonder what's his name's I rating is.
What's his name?
Got his start in iRacing. Got a ride now.
Oh,
Not William Byron.
Oh.
Not William Byron.
Carson Hocevar.
Yep.
You should ask what his safety rating is. I'm kidding. We're back to green flag racing.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. Greg McConey leading the race. Great jump by him there. Cody Bullock right on his tail. Both Greg and Cody had great restarts here tonight. But they have a fast crew that is behind them. Tyler Justice, been an absolute speed demon here tonight, and he's got Kenneth McCullough pushing him right to the front. And then on the bottom lane, you've got Wyatt McCombs and Christopher McCullough, and they're pushing their way up. Uh-oh, and there we go.
They're spinning.
That's a bad one. That, I swear to you, I think that's another bump. I think that's just another bump in the wrong spot. But that's going to take out half the field. You have got to be praying that you didn't use your fast repair at this point.
Let's see if we can rewind here and get back to that. So I try to pull this up. This is going to be a little bit to unpack here. It might take just a second.
Greg McConey's still sending it.
That's Kraig Bontrager, Dylan Canova, Wyatt McCombs, Garrett Fox right there. Gets almost flipped sideways.
And Greg McConey going to be bringing it down pit road here. Wonder if he thinks that he maybe didn't have enough gas to get there.
If he's bringing it down at this stage, he probably did not.
Yeah.
Trying to find where this whole chain started, and I see the 04 Christopher McCullough here.
So we have Simon Grills coming down. Christopher McCullough also down pit road, along with Dylan Canova. Nathan Fox in the comments, unlucky dog again.
Oh, man.
I swear I saw a bad bump.
It looked like Christopher McCullough tried to jump up to the high side behind his teammate. And Kenneth McCullough
it was
03.
And it was the right idea, but he took his own teammate out.
Yeah, just went a little too soon, clipped that bumper. It looks like Kenneth McCullough's going to get to the 28 of Wyatt McCombs. Christopher McCullough hits Jacob Hutnick, hits Garrett Fox, Dylan Canova, Kraig Bontrager into the wall. Trying to get back here.
Craig's in the right spot, too. He's getting higher, and you can see him moving higher. But then that 28 machine just comes up and decks him.
Look at Brandon Trush driving through the traffic, though. I hear you, dog. See if we can rewind that back and see what Brandon was seeing there during that chaos.
So weird to see that, though. The McCulloughs, normally we see them, and they are absolutely in sync perfectly. And now that's twice that we've seen that happen tonight, where it's just a little mistake. And now it's probably taken them all the way to the back of the pack.
Yeah, we need to get a sponsorship for, by like a car company or something like that. Call it like the Chevrolet Drive of the Night, because this was it. Brandon Trush seeing the accident happen, staying cool, keeping the hands clean. On the brake a little bit, drives through it. No big deal. I do this every week.
Excuse me, Lucius, about to do some driving. That's fantastic. That's top 5. But that is going to shake things up a little bit for this restart. You're going to have Cody Bullock starting on the inside as your race leader. Tyler Justice on the high side in second. Jacob Hutnick is going to be in third place in the 77 machine. Garrett Fox in fourth. James Fox the second and fifth. Brandon Trush in sixth. Just saw him make that super impressive save. Jay Vaught in seventh. Aiden Wilson 8. Greg McConey 9. And Simon Grills 10. The McCulloughs are in 11th and 12th. Got Rusty Rafferty in the comments saying Kraig definitely shouldn't buy a lottery ticket, not with his luck. Maybe he should. Maybe his luck's in the lottery tickets, because it has not been on iRacing. We are green flag racing here. Lap 109 of 130. Huge jump out of Cody Bullock.
Tyler Justice on that top row there, followed by Garrett Fox. Brandon Trush behind him.
Jacob Hutnick trying to get up to the bumper of Cody Bullock. Don't know if he's going to be trying to make a move or anything just yet, but he's trying to get up there. Tyler Justice making moves. Oh, and they're dancing around a little bit back further in the pack. Everyone's trying to find their spot. Only 19 to go here at this point. You're starting to figure out your plan of who you're going to try to run with, how you're going to be at the front when this thing comes to an end. Greg McConey making a move to the high side, looking for some help. He's going to get it from Kenneth McCullough Jr. James Fox the second, they're in third place, looking for his lane. Jacob Hutnick and Cody Bullock are working really well together right now. McConey's got a rocket ship. He pulled away from the help that he was getting from Kenneth McCullough there. He's all the way up to the bumper of James Fox, and he's looking to get that high side going again, and he's going to have help.
He's going to move to third place, looking for that high side, trying to make it push.
He's got it. If he can keep Kenneth McCullough there on his bumper, he's got the help that he needs. And Tyler Justice been fast all night. Tyler Justice looking like he's going to go to the bottom side and go with Jacob Hutnick. Cody Bullock goes high side. Now Greg McConey's right behind him.
Greg's been pushing good here, but Tyler Justice doing just the same.
We saw Greg and Cody working together a little bit earlier in this race.
Greg McConey making a jump to the front here.
Cody Bullock needing a little bit of help. Needs Jacob Hutnick to get down there. Kenneth McCullough getting a huge push on Greg McConey there. Oh, looks like Cody might have gotten just a little bit loose there. Jacob Hutnick sticking with him. Kenneth McCullough pushing Greg McConey all the way to the front there. 14 to go this time by. Getting into a single file line here. These guys are trying to figure out what exactly they are going to do next to make this happen.
I'm trying to work some camera angles here to get you a good show of what's going on. There's a lot of action happening. Look at Brandon Trush up there in 5th place, man. I've just been so impressed with him tonight.
He's rode a great race. He's got the 58 machine right behind him of James Fox II. It's so funny how these guys are all single file right now. 12 to go this time by, and you know they're just trying to figure out when you're going to make your move and who's going to go with you.
Tyler Justice has fallen back just a little bit. He wasn't there at the front a second ago.
Jacob Hutnick sliding back into line now. I think he was trying to get in that spot with the 85 right there if Garrett Fox gets his nose in first.
Cody Bullock can smell it right now, man. He wants this win bad. He's been fast all year. Feels like this is his time to do it. Brandon Trush moving up into 4th place.
And Cody's going to need some help from Brandon if he's going to be able to make this move, because we've seen the 03 machine there of McCullough and McConey working together. They're not teammates. They're both going to be trying to fight for this win here.
You got Kraig Bontrager.
Going to see who has a friend.
Craig's going to stay high for everybody.
10 laps to go. Kenneth McCullough still perfectly happy to sit there behind Greg McConey, waiting for his chance to make his move. And you got Cody Bullock and Brandon Trush back there. Now we see the other guys starting to scoot back up here on this pack as well. James Fox is there. Garrett Fox and Jacob Hutnick all in the mix.
Oh, Cody hits the apron just a little bit there. He's going to lose a little bit of speed. I mean, I'm thinking you do it like Daytona. You kind of stay in line, keep everybody straight for the next few laps, and maybe 3 to 2, maybe 2 to go, you start making your move here.
I mean, this is just everybody plotting. If I'm Cody Bullock here, I'm trying to figure out what I can pay off Kenneth McCullough with to get out from under Greg McConey. Because then you're going to try to follow that run and then try to make your move at the end. And if I'm Greg McConey, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to buy Kenneth McCullough Jr. for Christmas.
I mean, really, if I'm in a situation like this, I like to be where Cody Bullock and Brandon Trush is at right now. You want to be about that 3rd, 4th spot. You could get out there and get a side draft in the first car. That's going to help you get a side draft to the next car, almost like a tunneling effect there. Slows both of them down because it's going to slow the back car down as well. Leaves the front one out to dry just a bit, and you can make a pass pretty clean. Get a 2 for 1.
I think it just all depends on what that top 2 does. Greg McConey been so fast and raced so smart tonight. So he's got to be thinking of what he's going to be able to do here. Because like you said, that 3rd and 4th spot, assuming that Brandon Trush and Cody Bullock are able to work together, are in a great spot. Especially if McCullough goes to make his move and McConey doesn't have any help.
The problem is that I'm seeing here is James Fox might box in some of these drivers if he stays on that high side.
He's kind of riding that middle line right there.
Jumps back
5 to go.
Yeah, there's going to be a slingshot engage coming up here in a second, boys.
I think it just all depends on what those leaders do. If McCullough tries to make his move on McConey, then Trush needs to get on the bumper of Cody Bullock immediately and make the move. Because then all you have to do is get that side draft on one. If McCullough decides to help McConey, I don't know that Bullock and Trush are going to have anything for him. And it's just going to be McCullough trying to make his move on McConey at the end.
Yeah, we know McCullough's a great pusher, too. And you know he's sitting here plotting. He's got a scheme. He's got an idea he's going to run here at the very end. Jacob Hutnick looking to the outside here.
James Fox getting... Cody Bullock coming over the radio, trying to find out if Brandon Trush can get to him. We're starting to see the plans come together. Cody Bullock trying to get Brandon Trush to work with him. 2 to go this time by. Is Greg McConey going to be able to hold him off? And what does Kenneth McCullough have up his sleeve? Trush right to the bumper of Cody Bullock. They're going to be able to get a run going here. They got to pick their line. McConey going up a little higher, trying to block.
Got to be patient. Got to wait for it. Trush and Bullock's got to go at the right time together. Trush is flashing it. He's saying, let's go.
They need to get going here. Greg McConey coming over the radio saying, come on, Kenneth. Cody and Brandon have to work it out together. They got to pick their lane.
This is going to be it. They're going to do it probably on what I would do it on the exit of 2. I'm going to have any kind of run. I think 3 and 4 might be too late at this track.
McCullough goes right to the bumper of McConey. Bullock looks inside. He got his nose down there, but it gets closed by McCullough.
Oh,
McCullough pushing like crazy on the bumper of McConey. Bullock goes high by himself.
Oh, he's spinning McConey. Bullock pulls through.
McConey spins.
Bullock pulls through. No way. Oh, I wish I could pull up the radio right now. Please interpret for us.
First of all, on the niceties, you have Cody Bullock coming over the radio and saying, "Thank you to Brandon Trush for the help." Trush saying, "Not how we planned it, but it worked out." Cody Bullock burning it down. Mini in the chat. Well, that happened. As your anger translator here, McConey, again, there's going to be two sides here to every single story. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you who's right and who's wrong. We'll go back and take a look at it in a second. McConey was trying to get up there and block a little bit on McCullough because he thought McCullough had a run. McConey got a little bit loose as he was going up the track. And then McCullough thought that he was going to run out of room and tried to come back down. And he spun him. I would have to go back and watch it again before I really am able to call fault one way or the other. It sounded like they both had a different interpretation of how that went. McConey very unhappy with Kenneth McCullough there. And McCullough seemed, at least coming over the radio, like he genuinely didn't think he had anything else that he could do. But we will take a look at it. But first and foremost, what a dodge by Cody Bullock there at the end. Burn it down, young man. What a race you ran.
And a nice looking car, too. As he blows it up.
There you go, Cody. Cody's been looking for it, man. He's raced just an absolute hell of a job all year long, and he finally gets it, and there it went.
Yeah, let's see before we get everybody up here in the booth if we can get back and just see what happened here this last lap. And again, I kind of want to get to an overhead view here just so we can get a full picture.
I was going to say, we've got some comments. Forge Val saying that not dumping the leader is something that you can do. Ryan Moyer congratulating Cody on the win. Like I said, I was listening to the radio when that happened. They both had very different opinions on how that went, but let's take a look.
Yeah, it looks like McCullough just got into the back of him like he was trying to get around, made his move a little too late there. Bullock's able to get around him.
I thought for sure Bullock was about to get dusted there when McConey went around.
I did too.
So great dodge there by Cody to get around it. I can see where McCullough's coming from. I mean, you're trying to make your move there. It looks like you're trying to get up to the high side. And if you're McConey, you're trying to block. I can also see why if I'm McConey here,
Yeah.
I'm saying some, PG-13 words.
Yeah, we'll rewind this again. This cockpit view from Kenneth McCullough Jr. here. He does look high, flashes the high side. Looks like McConey comes up to block. Gets a little hit there. I mean, McCullough's just trying to hug the inside line.
Yeah. I see where McCullough's head's at. And like you said, you're trying to flash the high side. You're trying to set up a racing move, which is a great thought by him. McConey really does a pretty good job of reading him. And if you're McCullough, you're staying in the throttle there, and it kind of turned him.
We'll go back and watch this from Cody Bullock's view before we get our sponsors out and read the results. Cody looking to that high side, hoping to get a push here, but good gracious, just avoids it.
I thought for sure that thing was going in the dumpster.
What a win. What a race.
A win and what a race. But again, we want to give a huge shout out tonight to the Sunbelt Rentals for being our series sponsor for the year. Huge shout out to them. They're out here making sure that these guys have something to race for, that we can be up here in the booth broadcasting it to all of you wonderful people. So make sure that next time you have a construction project, commercial, industrial, or residential, and you need a piece of equipment, you go check out your local Sunbelt Rentals. They are everywhere, all over the country. I myself have worked in the construction industry for the past 4 years, and every time I've had to deal with Sunbelt Rentals, they've always been professional. They know what they're talking about, and they point you in the right direction. So huge shout out to Sunbelt Rentals. Make sure that if you have any sort of projects going on where you need a piece of equipment, make sure you go check out Sunbelt Rentals. And again, a little shameless self-plug, but it is the name on the YouTube channel, Knapp Daddy Racing. Knapp Daddy Racing is myself and John. If you need any sort of iRacing material, whether that be a new logo, a new template, a new design, or you just need a cool new hat and a shirt, be sure to check out knapdaddyracing.com. We will be more than happy to help you out with whatever your iRacing needs may be. Be sure to not only subscribe and like these streams as your home for the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series all year long, but make sure you check out the rest of the content that we have coming up the rest of the year. Be sure to follow us on social media. We are Knapp Daddy Racing on everything. And check us out live on TikTok as often as we can.
That's a good way to put it. As often as we can.
Yeah.
Man, that was a great race. We do have some guys sitting here in the waiting room for us. First, I'm going to pull up. I don't have our third place finisher here.
James Fox is already offline, so it's Brandon Trush in second.
Yeah, I've just got Brandon Trush sitting here. Let's see if we can get Brandon up here with us. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy up here in the booth?
Yeah, I got you, boys.
Welcome back, man. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, last week, biggest mover. We talked about it earlier in the race. I know you couldn't hear it because you were, racing and stuff, but it seems like you're always kind of sneakily getting up to the front. I mean, I think the first race or two, we didn't really talk about you much. You finished up near the front, and then we started noticing, like, this guy, like, just drives to the front. You went 2 laps down tonight, able to drive it back to a second place finish. What's going through your head?
Me and Cody were kind of plotting there with a couple laps left on what our plan was. You got McCullough up front there. He's a good pusher. We kind of knew that. And then at last lap, he went up to block and they got together. And somehow me and Cody came out of it unscathed. And we had a little drag race to the finish line. And it was overall a good run, I think.
Absolutely, man. I saw that you took your fast repair a little early. Was that kind of in the back of your mind there as the race was going on that you did not have a fast repair left?
Yeah, it definitely was in my mind, but I knew from my Las Vegas experience that I had to use it. So, I just used it and tried to stay out of trouble for the most part of the race. And as you guys saw, I drove through a couple. I don't know how, but made it through.
Yeah, we have if you go back and watch the broadcast, I think we are trying to get a sponsorship with a car company to give us a drive of the night because you went through one of those wrecks. I mean, just barely missing. I can't remember which one, but we showed the replay 2 or 3 times on it. So definitely want to go back and look at. We're going to Sonoma next week. How do you feel about road courses?
I am pumped for it. I don't race a lot of NASCAR on here, to be honest with you guys. I'm more of a GT3 racer. So I think I might have the edge on these guys. I don't know their experiences, but I'm hoping to be up front all night and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to be my pick for the win next week after you said that because I do not do road courses at all. So it's going to be very interesting. So looking forward to it. But congrats on second place tonight. Biggest mover last week, second place tonight. Up 6 spots from where you started, man. Looking forward to seeing you next week and what you can do there.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it, guys.
Before I let you go, I forgot for a second there, any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, man. Just Clem Speed Shop. Those guys always sharing the stuff and buying beers. So, can't be mad at them.
Absolutely. I think we called them the refrigerator sponsor last week. I love that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, congrats again. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
That's going to be Brandon Trush, your second place finisher tonight. We don't have James Fox up here that finished in third place, but we do have Cody Bullock sitting here in the waiting room as we're just going to pull him up. Cody, you got a copy with us in the booth?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats on the win tonight. We were sitting there watching with, I think, biting our nails for the last 15 laps. What was your thought process with like 15 to go, sitting in third place?
I'll tell you what. How about that, huh? That was I went over the radio. I told Trush, I was like, man, please push me to the front, man. Because I was, I would rode behind them because I got that lead, and then I rode behind them for a minute, and I couldn't catch back up to them, and I just get like about I don't know, a quarter of a car length away from Kenneth, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to do this by myself. I was trying to. Whenever I went high, I was like, man, I'm gonna be able to get him, but no, I didn't think I had any shot at winning this thing. I thought I was gonna finish third.
Yeah, Hunter was talking about the end, how he thought you were going to get dusted there on that last lap, able to drive it through, man. Did you just have like your eyes light up when you saw him spinning in front of you?
Yeah, I didn't lift. Like I hit the brakes a little bit, but I was dragging the brake. My foot was on the floor. I was like, I'm just gonna just go for it.
What was the quote?
Yeah.
Not lift until you see Jesus or the checkered flag.
Oh yeah, that was my that was my thought process right there. I was like, man, I didn't want to race in a while in these cars, and I was like, something.
Yeah, well, we're going to Sonoma next week. It's going to be a road course. We just talked to Brandon Trush. He says he races road courses all the time and loves it. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh man. Well, I got my road captain Simon Grills on my team. I'm just gonna take his strategy, and whatever he does is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do whatever he tells me. Try to keep it clean. I'm not gonna be very fast. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'll be lucky to get a top 10 out of it. So this win right here is gonna be huge as far as points. But no, I'm looking forward to it because it's fun. It's something different that we don't do. And a lot of leagues don't do a whole lot of road courses. And we have, I think, 3 on our schedule. So, I mean, it's nice to get away from the ovals and see what everybody's about. And, I mean, just you'll see some different people up front, I assume, than what you see at these tracks or even mile and a halves. But I'm looking forward to it. Just I don't have very high expectations. So if I do good, I'll be excited.
Oh, that's understandable. If I can keep the car straight for half the race, I'd be happy at a road course. So
Yeah.
I definitely get that. But before I let you go, any sponsors or shout outs you want to give?
The title sponsor, Sunbelt Rentals. Shout out to my team with Jay, Simon, and then the other 2 guys that we kind of just race with, Garrett and James, that are on different teams. My girlfriend for letting me do this, not getting pissed off at me, which is awesome. You guys for the design on the car that won the race.
It's a good looking car, man.
And, oh, I love it, dude. And then you guys again for the broadcast, always incredible. And then just everybody in the league who had enough faith in this thing to go well with me running it, my own league for the first time, and kind of running a NASCAR league by myself for the first time. So it's been fun. We're still having a good car count, so I'm very appreciative of all the guys that are here racing.
Yeah, man, it's been a good one. We've enjoyed calling it. Tonight's race was a good race. I mean, last 15 laps, especially coming down to it. We talked about it before that where you and Brandon were sitting is exactly where I would like to be in a situation like that with about 10 to go, and you pulled it off well. So congrats, man, on the win.
Also, one more thing about all the drivers. That was the cleanest Atlanta race I think I've ever ran.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. This group is
Atlanta I've ever seen.
Oh, it's just incredible how clean. I mean, we have a few cautions here and there. I mean, you're going to, but like when it needs to be clean until you have to get down to the end of the race, it has been that way in every race we've done. I'm very impressed and very happy with every single person in this league.
Absolutely. We love to see it too.
Well, right on, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Well, congrats again tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week in Sonoma.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Take care, man.
Yep.
That's going to be Cody Bullock, your race winner tonight. I mean, we did talk about it, like 10 to go, like third, fourth place, man. That's exactly where I want to be on a super speedway style course where I'm trying to get a draft going. I can maybe side draft that first car, slow them down, leave the first one out to dry, make a good pass, a 2-for-1, get somebody behind me. But Cody pulled it off. Not the strategy we were thinking it was going to happen, but definitely pulled it off.
Yeah, he did a great job there. Bided his time. We heard him come over the radio saying, Trush, can you get here? He knew he had a car to do it. He just needed that extra little push. Trush got up there to him. They dodged that last little caution by the skin of their teeth and made it happen. So great to see Cody get his win here. He's been driving his absolute feet off for feet wasn't the word I was going to use there. So going to give myself some back taps there. But he's been driving great this year. So great to see him do what he did and get the win there. And Brandon Trush also definitely going to be one to watch out for, especially because he said he loves those road courses and he's been driving like crazy.
Yeah, tough break tonight for Greg McConey. Led a lot of laps there at the end. Had a good chance to win it. Just not in a good spot at the very end and got turned. Not really not in a good spot, but just the way it all happened and shook down was really unfortunate for him. He's been fast all year. He's an aggressive driver. He's going to put himself up there at the front and give himself every opportunity to win. He did that tonight. And unfortunately, things just didn't go his way, but that's racing sometimes. Kenneth McCullough and Christopher McCullough fast all night as well. Tough break for Aiden Wilson, who was pretty fast up there at the front. Same thing for Ryan Moyer, who got in that accident, had to call it a night. Our winner from last week, Jamie Horne, had to call it a night a little early. But all in all, good race. Love to see it. I'm going to try to get these results up here for you so you can see where your driver finished at.
I was biting my nails off for the end of the race. I got to be honest.
Man, it was just a good drafting strategy race. But coming in first place tonight with the race results and not the qualifying results, Cody Bullock in that 8 car. And then second place can be Brandon Trush. He was your biggest mover last week and came in second this week. Got him a podium finish. Your biggest mover tonight is actually Cody Bullock as well, up 14 spots. James Fox a second, coming in third place. Jacob Hutnick in fourth. He was my pick to win tonight. Had a fast machine all night. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in fifth. Tyler Justice in sixth. We saw him up there near the front all night as well. I expect big things from him for the rest of the season. Jay Vault in seventh. Simon Grills in eighth. Garrett Fox ninth. Christopher McCullough in 10th. Aiden Wilson 11th. Greg McConey, unfortunately, in 12th place after leading all the way to turn 4 there. Kraig Bontrager in 14th. James Murrell in 15th. Dylan Canova 16th. Wyatt McCombs in 17th. Jamie Horne 18th. And I believe that's it before it goes to us at the bottom of the leaderboard. Oh, I'm sorry. Ryan Moyer in 19th and George Jewell in 20th. And then you see us two who were 130 laps down. I don't think we'll get a lot of points for that tonight.
Womp womp. Oh, I wouldn't have gotten a lot of points either if I was out there on the track. So that's probably where I would have finished anyways. But either way, great run by all the fellas today. Again, going back to what Cody said there at the end. Very clean Atlanta race. Had a couple of cautions there at the end. Chalk it up to racing and people trying to work their way to the front. It's going to happen. But I think most, if not all, of the cautions before that were just a bump in the wrong spot. And it's just something that's going to happen. So really impressed with these guys. Really impressed with the Sunbelt Rentals Cup Series overall. It's been super fun to call this. Super impressed with all of you all out in the audience. We always have everyone showing up and showing out. We are so appreciative. The drivers are so appreciative. They love to go back and watch these things. We love to go back and watch these things. And that's a lot coming from me. I hate the sound of my own voice. So we appreciate every single one of you for being out there and being here with us, supporting your drivers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be sure you tune in next week for some road course racing at Sonoma. Again, huge shout out to Sunbelt Rentals for being our series sponsor for this season. And Hell, I mean, shout out us, I guess. Knapp Daddy Racing. Knapp Daddy Racing Designs. KnappDaddyRacing.com. You need some iRacing stuff, we got it. So check us out. We appreciate it.
Yep, and for the final time tonight, I have been John Smith.
And I've been Hunter Foley.
We will see you guys next week at Sonoma.